Where's Keith?
We changed our tradition a little bit this year, and we've invited our building owners because we made the maybe belated but still honest recognition that without you guys, we wouldn't have jobs. So let's first of all start our dinner by recognizing them. We have Pat Luke from 1015 31st Street in Georgetown. John Sugden from 1015 31st Street. John Ryan.
John is taking the early exit to go take care of the baby.
Okay, and we have Bob McClain from the VM Software Building. We'll start tonight. Bob said he wanted a few minutes. I'm scared to death. This is I can talk to all you guys and talk about disappearing ink. I can't talk about disappearing ink to him. He signs the checks to us. So, Bob, you're on.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah, take that with you. No, we haven't eaten yet.
I won't be long. I won't keep you from the food. I've been looking forward to this. Suzanne said she was going to invite me over. I thought this would be great. I've known some of these people for a long time. I've known Suzanne Farr for almost forever, it seems like. I know a couple stories on Suzanne. I know a couple in public, and after this dinner's over, you'll chat with me. I'll fill you in on the real story. But it sure is interesting to come over and see some of these people. See in the evening, see Brad all dressed up. Rachel said, "Say hello, Brad." Not exactly the way she put it, but
Who's Rachel?
Brad, how was lunch?
Gorgeous reception?
Yes. My office is, I see TYCON management from two perspectives. I see it from a management perspective as being a tenant at my office in TYCON too. And from an owner's perspective, managing a building out of the restaurant, which Keith associated with comes out to below once in a while. But it's great. You guys are a lot of fun. I'm never always sure who the folks are. Sometimes we need numbers instead of name tags. Keep them rolling right on through. We've been seeing a lot of Brad. And Jesse, too. I've seen Jesse, seen Brad and Jesse quite a bit up on the 8th floor. Management's been real good the past couple of months. Not too much. So we've been having a lot of fun out at the VM Software Building in Reston. I see you guys have got Gary hard at work. He's usually hard at work out in Reston. I don't know what Lynn Aspel's doing tonight without Gary taking care of her. He seems like he lives out there. I drive by the building once in a while and I see his pickup truck out there. I wasn't sure what to make of Gary when I first met him. There's this nice, clean-cut young man, very polite. I look at the pickup truck, it looks like an animal right out of West Virginia. Then we got quite a bit. And then Suzanne introduced me to Keith Brown after meeting. Let's see. I can remember some of these names. Long, Thacker. Some of these other folks. Well, here we have somebody who's a little different. It won't be hard. They roll through here sometimes. It won't be hard to remember Keith. He introduced himself as John. He gets a little big, tall, black guy. He's a lot of fun. He's made quite a hit out of the VM Software Building, that's for sure. Nothing else. It's fun watching him deliver space. We walked through and we just delivered 23,000 square feet, 3 weeks ago. You walk around, it's very easy. Keith just walks up and fixes the top. Nothing to it. And he's quite a hit with the ladies, I guess, as you all probably know. He really has the gift of the gab. I'm amazed. I like to follow around him. It's fun. It really is. I can't tell. How do you know?
Watch closely.
That's how you tell. Blushes in his fingernails. Yeah, he's a class. I've known Karen Deloric for a long time. The first time I met Karen was Karen, you tell me, 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
I don't think I can remember.
Karen invited me out for an evening in Old Town. 2 evenings in Old Town. Right? 2 years ago, this was. You sure what? She told me a few minutes ago it was 5 years.
Well,
You've aged a lot.
I'm sure I'm glad I hid your pen with the invisible
This
ink.
was on the occasion of SoFar's a momentous birthday, which she had calamity about. He ended up riding downtown. That was a hellacious party. There are several stories that come out of that one, which I cannot tell standing here, because Suzanne will up and club it. Now, I met Suzanne, I guess, for the first time 5 or 6 years ago, probably. Very nice social affair, sitting in a bar. She was sitting there having a shooter. She said, I was passing by looking at the key. He wasn't old enough to know.
He was chasing.
By the way, I promised to keep one way or another when we get in the car once we keep practicing. That's the only way I know to keep practicing. We'll get it. But I met Suzanne about, I guess 5 or 6 years ago, probably in Clyde's. I'm not sure which part it was. You remember which one it was? And I got roped in helping, and I had heard some stories about Suzanne, but I got roped in helping her move. You remember? No, this is in the process of one of her divorces. I'm not sure which one it was. It had been she had a bomber. I'm telling you what. Great house. Bought all these new things. I mean, it was phenomenal. Remember that she didn't have a
You want to turn off the
But she went, Suzanne, she does, it's half and half. I mean, half of it is really first class, the other is just watching every single darn penny, which I guess is property management and all that. You got to make it first class to watch every penny. We had a U-Haul truck that was probably invented when the time they invented trucks, so Mr. Rio, wherever. The door wouldn't work on the thing. We showed up at her house, and there was a couple 6-packs of beer and half a dozen guys. I don't know, where'd you get those guys? Ex-husbands. They were lined up, being very territorial about some areas of the house. Carrying stuff out to the truck. And I ended up driving the truck down to Georgetown, which was the first about 5 stops. And drove down to Georgetown, and I'm saying, I don't know where you're going. She described this condominium which was finished but not finished and under construction. And don't worry, everything's okay, and how to get into the garage and how to back up the side street and all this shit. It sounded exactly like the software building. And we're going down, I'm trying to keep up with her. Now, those of you who have ridden with Suzanne, been around Suzanne, know. I mean, we're going through every shortcut between Rockville and Georgetown. And I was born in Bethesda, and I lived in Rockville, and I lived in Bethesda, and North Virginia. And I know a lot of them. I learned some news. All at about 75 miles an hour. With a U-Haul truck, I mean, this is what we call this thing. I don't know, 26 feet long or whatever. 2 wheels going around corners. It was fun when we opened up the door. We had a TV set that was about in 5 parts. But we had a great time. I learned at that time never to ride with Suzanne. A couple of you have learned the same lesson. I met Phil. No, there you go. Made this phone call. Suzanne's gotten serious. We went right to New Jersey. I figured see this guy with spaghetti stains. Shit. Now, Bill's doing a great job. We went on a little trip with Rockville the other day. Had a great deal of fun. Rode over there with Suzanne, and Bill strapped himself in the back. I've heard of white knuckle flyers. He was a white knuckle backseat rider. They're trying to sell me. You guys, I need some inside scoop for you to get through it. They're trying to sell me a $50,000 truck. We shall see. Bill, I'm not sure. This may be coming from New Jersey too. But I wanted, in all seriousness, you guys are a great bunch of people. Super organization. Takes a hell of a lot of work. Ken has done so. Make a property management company. deal with owners who are, I'm sure owners are a real pain in the ass because we don't think they are. One time we don't want to spend any money, but we want all the services. We don't want any extra hours, but we want things being fixed in the middle of the night. We want the heat on in the morning, but we don't want to pay for it. All those things. I mean, that's wonderful things. Snow shovel within 5 minutes. You guys managed to get the job done, and that's phenomenal. You all are in the field of property management. You are exceptional. Personalized, caring service, and it shows. It shows from a tenant's perspective. And it shows from an owner's perspective how the rest of it. We're getting ready, on behalf of the Urban Group, we're getting ready to do a couple more buildings. We're doing a couple more in design, about nearly 600,000 square feet of design next month. It's all user-driven deals, so these are not the landlord, okay, developer, we're going to do another one next week. We got some real serious ones coming along. 200,000 square foot buildings in the rest, and about 150,000 square foot that will be delivering. We're going to construction in about a year. We've already talked to Suzanne about it. I want you all part of the design team right from the start because it's very important. You all know how the thing runs after it's finished. Most times developers don't think about that. So we're going to make money, we're going to design it. It's built the cheapest cost, and maybe we'll see the HVAC system is going to cost $1 million or $20 a foot or whatever it's going to cost. We'll have to save money there. We end up shooting ourselves in the foot half the time. And you guys are going to design process and see if we can't. Doesn't mean I'm going to agree with what you're saying. But we're going to have you guys in the start. We're going to do it right. And I thank you all one and all. You all are great things to do. Too, that he wants to tell. Oh yeah.
Suzanne, now will you agree to not censor the gag gifts next year? I mean, we can't compete with that.
That's it. Enjoy your dinner, everybody. Yes?
You're going to let me talk?
I know you might. Yeah, I've got some reason.
I don't know if my wife's going to do any good. I think that's rolls crazy. Actually, this kind of reminds me of, I used to work for a big company. We had a president of our company that was a very dynamic, charismatic character, and I went to a talk that he was giving, and he was the first speaker, and the second speaker was a fellow from Kellogg Fairview, who was, you all don't know him, he's been in Washington, he kind of heads up in California and the Western United States for Kellogg Fairview. He was next to him. He's got glasses, and he's a very kind of a plotting character, and I feel somewhat like him because our very charismatic president got up and he gave this wonderful talk, and then Marty, this fellow got up and he says, "Hi, my name is Marty, I'm with Kellogg Fairview." I mean, somehow I feel like following Bob is, I've never met Bob before. I talked to him on the telephone, and following Bob is somewhat similar. But you'll be happy to know that the only time I've ever met Bob, we had a conversation about security systems. And we had put a security system in our building. Bob was calling up because he was talking to him. And I told him, this is probably the worst people that you could ever get. They installed the wrong equipment, they did all these terrible things, and they're terrible. So I'm talking to Bob tonight, and he was very nice to tell me that he didn't go with that company, he went with another company, and they installed all the wrong equipment. Like Bob, I don't know a lot of you people. I just had the pleasure of having you manage our building, and which has been, in a couple of cases, some very difficult circumstances. You've done a wonderful job. Karen Lord is the person who spends most of the time in our building. Been helpful, thoughtful, and very good with our tenants, even our, how should I describe it?
Retail.
Retail, oh yes. That's a good description. By retail, I think it has something to do with being a dating service, but I'm not sure.
I think Steve can tell us a story about that. He might be able to help us.
I was our first customer.
charged about $2,000 for a date, so it was good.
Without the video.
Oh, without the video.
Bring our own.
Another one of your CDs?
That's your expectation, isn't it?
Actually, I would tell some out of line stories about Suzanne, and I do know a few through my wife who's known Suzanne. I've known Suzanne now for a number of years. That's just about true. Thanks a lot, Bob. Actually, my wife works for Coble Banker downtown, and as Suzanne and she have known each other for years, and have had the same business, and it's been a lot of fun. And Suzanne has finally taken up sailing, so now we get to see her on the weekends since we're in Naples all the time. And I would tell you some stories, but I think that I will. that was too much of a sigh of relief. I would just like to take this opportunity to thank you all very much, and hope that, as time goes by, we're doing more of the type of building that you guys are managing, and look forward to having the opportunity to work with you all. You've been, a wonderful group of people. I'm sure that kind of service and thoughtfulness will continue as the years go by. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Rose. I have been told that I have the opportunity for rebuttal, but I think I'm in about as safe a position as I can be, and I think it's time to start with our salad.
Fine job.
John was going to do something on call a day. I know.
And Joe's going to do some jokes for us. Stand up. I don't know. He went to the kitchen.
No, I'm almost here.
Joe went to the kitchen.
Going that way.
Joe?
You never had to do this. Hey.
Well, this is a well-oiled machine. I've heard Joe is a piece of work when he gets going.
You do a fine job.
I came out here, and you weren't even here, you didn't know I was here. And so
I think it's kids to bring home to Joe.
Maybe, are you always here? Maybe you stay home a lot.
Good supervisors, you can take a phone call, you never be wake up and look at it. If you're not a good supervisor, you can't take off a week or 2 weeks. You're not a good supervisor. That way it goes. I had to make sure.
Very good.
What did you think of the train? I like the way it is. Actually, never lived there for a cop. Well, not sick.
Nobody offered to take
The way-
another copy.
Well, I think that.
I know.
You get out of your baby, I don't really know about it.